Yes, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Warzone Jones coming right back at you with a pro wrestling topic video. And you know something? I've been checking other people's videos. I've been listening. I've been watching. Apparently, we're going to get a new Nation of Domination faction. Now, I don't think it's going to be called the Nation of Domination, but it's going to be basically that same idea. A group of black people, trying to basically fight for black people rights in pro wrestling, saying that this company is racist and they've been holding black people down, things like that. We've seen that before, obviously, with the Nation of Domination back in the Attitude Era, led by Farouk, and then they kicked Farouk out, The Rock. The Rock, he got his start from the Nation of Domination. But the Nation, they wasn't great. Clearly, it's not really the greatest faction ever when you really think about it. They're like, what did they really accomplish when you really think about it? Other than, I guess, giving The Rock his jump start, but that's not really an accomplishment for that group. It's an accomplishment for him, but it's not really an accomplishment for that group. The WWE does do racial stereotypes sometimes. Like that's just what they do. They do racial stereotypes. They do have a lot of African American wrestlers, probably ever currently right now since since they've been getting African American wrestlers. They do have at least, I think, 7, 8. They have at least 8 African American wrestlers. So that is a lot. African American wrestlers in the WWE, they don't really get the main event spot all the time. Booker T has main evented before. Booker T might be the closest guy that we get. Some people probably say The Rock, but people don't really look at The Rock and say that, hey, that's a black man. People look at him and say that's a Samoan, which is okay. Booker did main event WrestleMania with Triple H, but he lost. I remember I ordered that pay-per-view, man, to see Booker T beat Triple H. And I thought he was going to win. I legitimately thought he was going to win, but that didn't happen. But back to this whole faction thing. I don't know if it's going to work. I really don't know if it's going to work. I don't even necessarily know if they should do it. I guess if it's going to be entertaining, go right ahead. If it's going to be successful, go right ahead. But we don't know if it's going to be successful. But I will say that if it's not going to work, man, just get rid of it right away. Like, immediately. Get rid of it immediately. Because there's no point of having these 3 guys come together for nothing just to get jobbed out. Because that is what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid that these guys are going to become jobbers. Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, apparently turned his name to Malcolm Woods. And who's the other guy? Big E Langston. These 3 guys are apparently coming together for a wrestling stable. Now, 2 of those guys sometimes are jobbers. Kofi sometimes becomes a jobber. He has won titles, of course, Intercontinental title, United States Championship, Tag Team Championships, but sometimes he is a jobber. Xavier Woods. Sometimes I should say sometimes, all the time. Like that's the dude from TNA on Consequences Creed. He hasn't done anything. Like, let's be honest, except for get his ass kicked. You're around Ron Killings. You're around R-Truth. Another stereotype. Like he is a big, pretty stereotype himself. R-Truth raps. He raps. Like, he's a good wrestler. He has a good build to him, but he raps. And I can't take that seriously. Well, for one thing, because I like hip hop, and clearly his hip hop isn't good. He doesn't have a good flow or anything like that. There has been so many stereotypes in pro wrestling, especially with black people. It doesn't work. Most of the time, it just doesn't work. So, what the hell makes them think they're going to get it right this time? It never works. When you turn guys into jobbers after a while, it never works. I remember they had this other Hispanic stable. It was the Los Boricuas. That stable sucked. Not because they were Spanish, but because, they didn't want to care about them. So what I am afraid of is that these 3 guys, Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, Big E Langston, is just going to become a bunch of guys who nobody cares about and just forgets all about them. They're not going to get any storyline. They're not going to get any TV time. And they're going to become jobbers. You know what a jobber is? A jobber is a person who's just basically there to get their ass whipped. And if they become that, then that stable is a fail and it's a complete waste of time. So those are my thoughts on that. I really do hope that does not happen. if they're going to go on with this, because that's what it looks like we're going to get. Stereotypes, especially black stereotypes, they never work. They never, ever work. So hopefully they can get this one down packed. So once again, this is What's on Jones. If you haven't done so, go ahead. Check out my other videos. Check out my other video topics. I'm out. Deuces. Subscribe.